Hello and welcome to the Hub. I'm Sam.
I'm Matt.
And today we're reviewing
Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah, this being episode 4.
Five, I think.
That's 4.
Is it?
Yes, 4.
I would disagree.
Choose your pain. A problem you like for like, I don't know whether I weren't paying attention, but I was confused about how Lorca ended up in that little shuttle to get kidnapped in the first place.
Plot shenanigans.
Like, I swear they were talking 1 minute and then the next minute for some reason is randomly in a shuttle, and then like he gets kind of captured by the big Klingon prison ship, and I was like, oh, how did that happen? Which was whatever. Something that probably you liked, that you complained about last episode, the use of Klingon. I mean, they were talking English this episode. They were talking the mother tongue.
For that, I don't mind. For the record, I don't mind a bit of Klingon, but I just thought it was getting excessive.
It makes me want to learn it.
Ugh.
I don't know why. So yeah, obviously there's still the running issue with the pterodactyl armadillo thing.
Definitely not. Yeah, the alien thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That there's a kind of dilemma with him that is getting hurt, so they need to find a replacement. Saru is captain. So he's kind of got to deal with, getting a captain back, and there's a whole dilemma. Like, everyone's rolling to my man, like, Lowit, the pterodactyl's getting hurt. You can't keep pressing it, and then it's like, I'll do what I need to do. And then he kind of takes a moment where he tries to run kind of diagnosis or something like that on the performance of captains. I mean, there was a Christopher Pike Easter egg.
Mm-hmm.
So I clocked that one. I was expecting to see big names, but then I realised it's before everyone's time. So
yeah, I don't know. I wasn't paying too much attention. I wonder if there was like an Archer reference. The only ones that would be around was Archer and Enterprise, and I guess at this point, Pike is maybe captain of the Enterprise if it's around.
Yeah, Christopher Pike. So yeah, they've got to deal with that. Rainn Wilson, his character's kind of introduced.
Harry Mudd. He was a character in the original Trek. Appeared a couple of times.
Yeah, what's his deal then?
He's just a criminal dude.
Yeah.
Comes up. Yeah, I mean, he's a bit more. He's more serious. He's not the same character really at all. He's more I suppose you could argue he's trapped in a more serious position here, like when Kirk and whatnot run into him, he's kind of more in control of the situation, whereas here he's a prisoner, I guess, so you can justify it there, and he's younger.
Yeah.
But basically it's a different character, just name only is Harry Mudd.
Yeah. So I was looking forward to him, because obviously I watched The Office and everyone knows he was like the best character in The Office. So
he was in The Office.
In
relation to the British one.
Gareth, really, but it was proper like, do you know Mackenzie Crook's character?
Yeah,
it was basically that, but like extra, like super extra. It was like easily the best character in that. So I was looking forward to see how he was flexing. So yeah, they're kind of caught on the prison ship, and then you got him spinning a tale about how like he borrowed money and couldn't afford to pay it back, and he's getting chased, and he ended up getting captured in Klingon space, and that's why he's on the ship. And then like there's a kind of process that like the Klingons come in and are like, choose your pain, and then you nominate someone to get slapped about, and is kind of turns out he's been feeding information to the Klingons about the people in there. We kind of get a look at I guess Captain Lorca's background as well before he got on the Discovery. They're talking about how some other ship he was on and how that got attacked and blew up, and he was the only survivor, and then apparently he initiated a self-destruct And then like later when he was on the little ship escaping, like the other guy was like to him, oh, so I guess that thing was a lie then. So I'm like actually confused about what his business is. So yeah,
I was convinced the other guy. I know Harry Mudd would do it, but I was convinced the other guy was selling them out as well. But maybe not. Maybe he was just. What I can't work out when he's trying to infer some sort of rape thing with him in the Klingon.
I don't know, because if I was banging her, I would have been like, do I have to be in this cell? But I guess, the Klingon purity, you can't have him like out the cell. I don't know, maybe it was consensual, but they sure have a thing about this of like mangling the Klingon in the final confrontation.
Oh, I have a problem with that though. It's because Lorca and this dude bust out and leave Harry Mudd there, right? And they start shooting up a storm, and they're killing all the Klingons, and yet the bloody captain, the main threat, shoot her in the face and let her live.
Yeah, it was.
I hate that. It's like in they do this sometimes in film and TV, and it drives me crazy. What was the last Bond movie? What was that?
Oh, Spectre.
Spectre. Same thing as Spectre. Bond's walking around shooting everyone, yet he gets to bloody Blofeld and lets them live at the end of the movie. It's like, what are you doing? Shooting all these other Klingons, kill that one. I
think that was more of a matter of giving him his giving him his scar on his eye, that kind of business. That was more of setting it up, that thing. Because in the
let her live. Kill her, man. Shoot her. Shooting the other one, shoot that one.
In the second episode, like Vox or whatever, he kind of got gouged, and then that was kind of you. Next time you see him, there's nothing wrong with him, and then that was a ricochet though. You see it whack off the wall and kind of whack her in the face. So that's another one who's like had her face mullered by him or whatever. So that's like what, 2 leaders down. I guess it's a way of like ramping them up, like, oh, look what this guy did to me or whatever. I kind of like the look. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I think they were trying to introduce that medical guy as kind of a main character as well. I like the fact that Saru and what's her name have kind of left their beef behind, because like they're like Kane.
Michael.
Yeah.
In a way, but Michael still repeated the same behaviour though, and completely ignored the direct order. But at least he took control.
Yeah. I like the I guess the science guy Tilly and thing when they're thinking of solutions, and they're like, oh, that's fucking cool, and it's like, you're right, that is fucking cool. And the kind of the little pterodactyl kind of gets goes back into like a regressive state, so they have to find another way to activate the warp drive, and the science guy takes it upon himself to like DNA himself, and then it turns out he's in a relationship with the medical guy, and there's some weird mirror business going on, like at the end where like he walks off but like he's still in the mirror, and then it walks, whether there's like a time displacement there or whatever. Like, I don't know what's going on there.
I didn't know how to read that. It's like, is he evil? Is he just kind of out of time? Has he created a mirror version of himself? I don't know.
I don't know either. So, I mean, that's set up for later on. So, yeah, they end up saving themselves, the captain and his boy. So, yeah, it's all kind of wrapped up cool. I like this episode a lot. I'm kind of way into this series. I like it as kind of carrying on at a good pace. I mean, they end up sending the creature off into space and it zaps off, so that's sorted out. So I wonder if they're gonna like. I wonder what the kind of advancements are going to be in that spore technology now, because I mean the guy injected himself and now that's obviously gone wrong. So what are they going to do it to like on the other ships? Are they going to kind of pass the technology onto them, and there's going to be a bunch of like weird people and like when they do it to themselves, are they going to suffer the same effect as this guy, and there's going to that
I guess because something's got to go wrong.
yeah, like
Kirk and Picard and no one else has this technology. It's before them, so clearly something's got to go wrong with it.
yeah. So I guess there's going to be a bunch of like time displaced people on every Starfleet ship now who's got that technology, and it's going to obviously not end well. Any other thoughts?
No, I think that was there was an admiral in the beginning talking to Lorca, but I didn't know where that really went either. In fact, if we want to get to scores, we can talk about it. I thought they
make a big deal about this light sensitivity thing and stuff like that. So like, oh, what's that about? Because I thought he was like doing like illicit substances, is like in the room doing stuff, and they turned the light, and it's like allow it. So I was like, is he a drunk? Is he like, doing Klingon drugs? I don't know. But yeah, it turns out it's just photosensitive. Whatever.
Why did Michael give Saru the telescope?
Because obviously Saru was kind of jealous of her, that like he thought she was going to go off and then he was going to become the first officer, and Giorgio was going to teach him all this stuff, and he was going to be like an amazing captain when he goes off on his own, and it's like, I guess he was jealous of her and annoyed that she stayed on and stuff like that, because he wanted to learn and be a captain himself, or a very good first officer at least. So yeah, I guess she gave him that as like a peace offering, but I don't think he accepted it. I think it's like, we're cool, but I don't recall him like walking off with it. But I'll be like, keep your crusty little telescope, I want it. Like, we're cool now, so I guess that'll kind of calm that down. I guess Till is like the main person on the team. I guess this doctor guy and the science guy, they're like main people on the team now. So yeah, numbers 8. I'm into it.
Yeah, I'll probably get 7.5. I thought this episode was definitely, it was the episode Michael was the least featured in. It seemed to be more about building up the rest of the crew, introducing exactly who they are. I thought it was a bit clunky at times. We're talking about the Lorca thing. I'm still not entirely sure how he wound up getting captured. I suppose it doesn't really matter. I think it was Bob along. They basically thought, okay, we need to get him from there to here. Let's jump along there. I thought, like I say, I thought at the end that frustrated me, to letting the Klingon live randomly. But other than that, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, but like the final episode's gonna be like a bunch of two-faced Klingons like confronting Starfleet. Like, look what you did to me. Now look what you did to me. It's like, it's more burnt than I am.
Maybe they'll use that to explain why they look different as well from the normal Klingons. I've said what I've said already in previous reviews about this show not being particularly like Star Trek, so I'm not going to belabor the point and go on out again. I will say, I think this episode more than any other will reinforce that for quite a few people. But at this point, 4 or 5 episodes in, you know what you're getting, I think. So either jump in or jump off. But I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. I'm Sam.
I'm Matt.
And that's the Superhero Hub review, Star Trek Discovery. See you next week.